I have hijacked Iron Inquisitor's channel. Now, who am I, you may ask? Well, I'm Iron Inquisitor's cat. He calls me Pixar the Great, but I prefer the name Darth Grumpy. So why am I here? I'm here to give absolute proof, undeniable, solid proof that the Star Wars EU was never, ever, ever, ever considered canon. That was just fucking fan fiction. Ha! And I have the ultimate proof that the EU was never canon right with me right now, and you cannot deny it. It is the end all be all of proof. And this is from a George Lucas interview in 2005. Alright. So, what George Lucas says is, I don't read that stuff. I haven't read any of the novels. Ha! You hear that? You hear that? You hear that, EU fanboys? You hear that, Iron Inquisitor? You soy boy? He doesn't read any of the novels. He hasn't read any of this crap. Ha 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 ha. But what else? I don't know anything about that world. That's a different world than my world. So the EU is a different world than his world, which is the movies. So therefore, the EU was never canon. You see, you hear that, fanboys? Ooh, and what else? He says that we decided that, like Star Trek, we would have two universes, my universe and this other one. So, therefore, it's so clear that the EU was a different universe. What? Pixar, what the frick are you doing? Get away from that camera. I'm gonna say whatever I want, you iron fag. So, and don't call me Pixar. It's Darth Grumpy. So, the EU was never canon because of that fucking quote? Yeah! Well, there's a lot of things that go against that. Ha! Show me. Nope. Let's see, what about, hey, Darth Grumpy, as you like to call yourself. Have you looked at the, response to that quote? Well, what is it? Alright, so a Star Wars fan asked about that quote, and they asked, and Lucasfilm responded, parallel universe suggests that each universe can go in separate direction, which really isn't the case with regard to the EU. La 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 la. I can't hear you. What? The EU is la 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 la. Can't hear you. Not listening. The EU is bound by what is seen in the most current. La 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 la. I don't care. Alright, what about another response? The quote you provide makes it sound like the EU is la 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 la. It's not George Lucas. Only George Lucas. Wait, so you only want quotes from George Lucas, Grumpy? And what about all these...
What about all these other quotes, man? All these other quotes on this website where they say the EU is canon. Come on, Grumpy. Grumpy, my cat. Come on. Read them. Nope. Only quotes from George Lucas. If it's not George Lucas, it doesn't count. Alright. Alright, I got a quote from George Lucas, Darth Grumpy. Oh, show me! After Star Wars released, it became apparent that my story, however many films it took to tell, was one of only thousands that could be told. Okay, I'll skip ahead. Today it is an amazing, if unexpected, legacy of Star Wars that so many gifted writers are contributing new stories to the saga. Nope. The Star-Lord quote. It's the end-all, be-all of what George Lucas thinks. Nothing can contradict it. La 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 la. No, he says it's not canon. But Grumpy. He says in the Splinter of the Mind's Eye quote that is part of the saga. Nope. Nothing can contradict the Star-Lord quote. It's the end-all, be-all of what George Lucas thinks. Nothing can contradict it. But what George Lucas says, nope, was never, ever canon. Sorry about that, guys. I shouldn't have let my cat out. I knew sooner or later he'd find my channel, so I'm really sorry about that, people.